Oh, yeah, there's things for him to do.
Sure.
You go tournament or gamble or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I guess our consensus is then find a league near you, and if you'll enjoy it.
That's true.
They all have their own flavor.
They do, and the main thing you want to remember is that the whole purpose of league play is to have fun.
Fun, that's it. Have fun and advance to your next skill level.
Sure, exactly. All right, well, for American Billiard
Scott.
Radio,
That was good.
I'm Scott Lee.
Hey, I'm Randy G.
And we'll see you next week, where we're going to talk about Joe
Tucker.
Woo, yeah.
So let's see. If you're 18, does that mean are you a senior, or are you going to be a senior?
I'm just graduated. Now I'm going to be a freshman
in
college.
Okay, so you just graduated. Gotcha. Okay. You going to go to Lindenwood?
Yeah, I am.
All right. That's a pretty good plan. I hear that they got a good pool program there.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt studying under Mark Wilson for 4 years.
Yeah, no, that's seriously, that's ideal. That's an ideal situation. Let's see, what is today? Is the 17th. So you guys got about another week to go, and then you're all going to head over to Indianapolis. Is that right? To do some training?
Yep, over to Jeanette's house.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I think it'll be a pretty cool experience to meet. Well, I've met her a few times and talked with her, but I've never been to like her house. I think it'll be cool to see her and her husband and Johnny Archer and a few of the people they bring.
Yeah, absolutely. One of our other co-hosts for the show, he's supposed to be getting Johnny and Rodney on this same program. I don't know how the timing's going to work out, if he's going to make it this week or next week, but yeah, Johnny's a pretty cool guy. He's funny. I think you're going to like hanging out with him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, let's see, what can I talk to you about? What do you think? I'm going to be talking to several members of the team. Between myself and Allison, and the one question we're going to ask all of you guys is, what do you think is your strongest, ability? What are you bringing to the team?
Well, I've been to Worlds twice now. I've been to China and South Africa, so I've met I think I've met all the kids on the team, on Europe's team, except for one.
Mm-hmm.
And I've played against two of them.
Okay.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I've been to Worlds, so I know how to handle the nerves and everything.
Sure. So your experience then will do well for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And for some of the kids that not necessarily been around the block that many times, that might make them feel a little more comfortable having some experience on the team there.
Yeah.
Now, so what are you worried about the most then? Other than losing, other than losing in general, is there something or someone, or is it the table? Does the 4 1/3 inch pocket scare the heck out of you?
No, because I've been practicing on 4 1/8 right now.
Okay.
With the same balls.
Okay.
I guess the crowd mostly, because we're gonna be playing in their country.
Yeah.
And if it's anything like Moscone Cup, then there's going to be a big crowd with them all cheering and everything. And
yeah.
I hope it don't get to none of us.
Yeah.
Whenever we're playing.
Yeah. It's a whole lot different than tournament play, having the entire room focused on just the game that's going on. And
yeah, it's a different kind of pressure.
Yeah, that's a different kind of pressure. And especially, like you said, since it's going to be over there, obviously, the majority of the crowd is going to be probably rooting for Europe to win anyway. So, yeah.
Yep.
That's a tough thing to fade. How long have you been playing?
Well, I started whenever I was latter part of 7, but then my dad closed his pool hall for about 4 years, so I didn't play during that time. Then he opened another one up, and I've been playing ever since then.
Ah, okay. So let's see. That's then if you're 7 and then 18, so 10, 11 years ish, minus the 4 of non-activity there for
Yeah.
a while. Was your dad like what's the word? Supportive of you playing, or did he try to discourage you from playing?
Oh no, he's definitely supportive. I mean, he's on the pool hall ever since, except for those 4 years, and he always pays and takes me all the tournaments and sits there and watches. So
Okay, cool.
he's my biggest fan.
Good. That's very good. I'm gonna have to, if he's listening, I'm gonna just say thank you, Mr. Evans. Appreciate it for bringing up another good pool player. We appreciate that. The world needs more juniors, and I think that I think anybody that is paying attention to the industry and to the pool world at large knows that that it's a good thing to bring up more juniors in it. And
yeah, he's trying to start a junior league here in St. Louis.
Awesome. That's even better.
We don't really have any around here.
Yeah, well, that's kind of a pity since they've got Lindenwood is right there. It seems like it would make sense to do that since they've got juniors in the program. Sure. That's cool. What about your mom? Is she supportive too, or does she not like it so much?
Oh, she's pretty supportive too.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. Sometimes the moms get a little more concerned, about, I don't know. Pool halls get that reputation sometimes of being, rough places to be. So,
yeah.
It depends. Depends on who it is. What about brothers and sisters? Do you have any of your brothers and sisters that play also?
Oh, I got 2 little brothers that play.
Really?
I got one, my middle brother, his name is Mikey. He's 16 now. At Super Expo, he took second there twice now.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
At 14 with the 18-year-old. My youngest brother, Ricky, he's only, he just turned 14.
Okay.
And he's won Super Expo twice, and then won the BES Junior Nationals once.
Really? Wow. That's pretty cool. So you got a whole crew of guys over there that can play. That's awesome. You can have your own tournament right there at your own house.
Yeah.
You guys, I'm assuming you have a table at your house then?
No, we don't. We got one. We just got our pool hall.
Okay.
My dad owns the pool, but it's not that far away, so we can play as often as we want.
Okay. Can you give your dad's pool hall a plug? Do you want to do some advertising for him and let people know about it?
Oh yeah, it's called ABC Billiards.
Okay.
It's in O'Fallon, Missouri.
Okay. Cool. And how many tables do they have?
Anybody ever comes up, then I'll hit some balls with you or try to show you a couple things, or my dad will.
Yeah. What's it like? How many tables do they have?
Well, right now we got 10 bar tables, 3 big tables. 2 of them are diamond 9-footers, and then we got a triple shin global 9-footer, and then valleys are the rest of the bar tables.
Okay. Did you say 30 tables?
No, 13.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. I was going to...
His old pool hall, we had 32 tables in there.
Okay, so that place was probably pretty big then. Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
Wow, I was going to say that there's not that many pool halls that have that many tables these days. You know what I mean? That's a little harder to come by. No, but that's nice. Having your own room to practice out of has got to be a big advantage.
Oh yeah, it is. Especially with all the people that come in there, they're all real supportive and try to do anything they can to help.
No, that's cool. That's cool. They know that you're
ang sumikat at nagpasikat sa larong bilyar sa Pilipinas. At isa sa pinakapopular na billiards player sa buong mundo. Saan siya nagsimula?
He had no money. He had only one pair of pants and one shirt.
Paano niya naabot ang tagumpay?
Nagpupunta kami sa Clark. Nilalaro namin mga serviceman nung araw.
At anong naghihintay sa The Magician? Ngayon tila nawawala na ang kanyang magic.
At 54, you're different from your...
Niyang pagsuyod ng mga bilyaran, na-discover ni Efren ang ibang mukha ng bilyaran.
You surprised yourself. Even your fucking roommate was surprised. Huh? Good shot, huh? You can't do that. You can't do that shit. This guy is superhuman. Tiger Woods ain't got shit on him.
Es que parece un fotógrafo, tío.
Ya no tiren más, no tiren más.
Joder, con mochila y todo, ¿eh?
Greg, ah, Greg. Ay, ya te lo mía. Aquí está, ¿eh? Aquí está, ¿eh? ¡Wala mía! Pabalikon ko na. Quiet, quiet, quiet. Pabalikon niya po na. Patay ka ba? Bugoya. Hala! Idol talaga.
I don't just love pool. I love the sport of it.
He's done it. Dave and I are avid and devoted amateur players.
This movie's our passion project. It's a labor of love we've been working on for over 10 years.
So one day I go up, I pick up a cue, hit about 3 balls, and I know that's what I'm going to do for the rest of my life.
Pool players are gypsies and artists and incredibly intelligent people.
The moment I picked up the stick, I felt like it had been in my hands all my life.
You jumped over there. That was just beautiful. I was on a pool table in diapers. When you finally got tall enough, so I had a milk crate to stand on.
But look at the power.
And I would play my mom for 8 years, a 25-point straight pool match in my hour off from school.
My uncle is playing pool. Every time he wins, they give him some money. So I play pool too.
Watch the cue ball.
Watch can't go for this.
Oh my goodness! What are we watching here?
Despite pool's worldwide popularity, it's been plagued by a controversial reputation.
And because of this, corporate sponsors have shied away from support.
The Hustler film may have done Paul more damage than anything else because it portrayed that all good players were trying to play worse to earn money.
A gentleman I know, he lost lunch money to a guy every day for a year, then he beat the guy out of $250,000.
I just didn't really want no part of that. That'll get you killed.
From Hustler to Champion tells the untold story of the extraordinary men and women who have transcended the stigma to become legends.
The people will go wild. Wait a minute, wait a minute.
When I was growing up, I was deaf. My mom made me become the person I am today.
He switches off his hearing aids when he's playing so nothing will distract him.
Team ball.
I played Johnny Archer when he was 20 years old, and I didn't even get to the table.
Imagine going to a pool tournament and your first match you got to play Johnny Archer.
He looked like a leopard. He was scary the way he cut down. Looked like a leopard, that guy.
I was mesmerized by this game and just thought it was the most intelligent, sexy, difficult, aggravating game I've ever played.
It's like a drug. You gotta go back.
I wish the table was bigger. That way I could watch the ball roll for a longer time.
When you're really playing good, you don't even know what score it is. It doesn't really matter because you're just playing for the beauty of the game.
It's you as the artist to express your soul through the balls.
You can't work 40 hours a week and become a great pool player.
I went out on the road when I was 16 and I run out of money. So I called my dad and I told him the truth. I said, I'm gambling. And he says, do you have enough money to get gas? I said, yes. He said, well, you can walk home.
Guy beat him out of $700,000. I charged him $300,000 more. Nice talking to you.
The back door's kicked in, and 3 guys come in with shotguns and ski hoods.
He's got a stub-nose 38. He says, if you make that 9 ball, I'm going to shoot you right between the eyes.
There were times in my life when I could have won, but I didn't. But that's just part of survival.
From Hustler to Champion gives intimate insight into the remarkable stories.
And how women players have helped transform the sport.
Luck be a lady. People literally used to say to me, what is a nice girl like you doing in a game like this?
And they said, well, we don't allow women to play because they rip the cloth. Meanwhile, I was 19 years old doing an exhibition.
I can say, quite honestly, there's nothing that's better than whooping a guy's butt playing pool.
It's just awesome coming from, you know, a background where the men was dominating snooker and the women was like under the carpet, I guess.
Oh, Jeanette, she sells sacks and Can a woman be a beautiful woman and still be great at something? But the men are allowed to be attractive and wear tight uniforms with those cute little butts. I'm sorry, but sex doesn't make the 9-ball go in.
These players reach a momentous crossroads where just a tiny few confront the greatest challenge of all,
becoming a champion.
Even though everything was hunky-dory gambling, there was something missing. But when I won, the people did something that I had never seen before. They stood up and cheered. They don't cheer after a gambling match. They just walk away in despair.
There's nothing like winning a pool tournament. I remember the first tournament I ever won. I had a grin on my face for 2 weeks.
If you imagine ripping a little piece of hair out of your head and saying, if you're off this much, guess what? It's not going.
Willie Moscone, they asked him, what's it like to be playing at a high level in a pressure-packed tournament? He said it's like sublime misery.
We are near completion. We need your support for this Kickstarter campaign to finish the editing, obtain clips, music, etc.
So if all I ever do in my life is get up every time I fall, I'm doing all right. And I learned that from pool.
Join us to get us to our next goal,
We can't do it without you.
Right.
Tonight, the art and game of pocket billiards with four of the sport's great players. Steve Mizarak, who won a record 4 consecutive men's U.S. Open titles. Mike Siegel, who was named one of the top 5 greatest players of the century by Billiards Digest. Jean Belucas, who won a record 7 consecutive women's U.S. Open titles, including her first at the age of 13. And Fran Crummy, who became the 8th and only female master instructor of the sport in 1996. Before taking part in the Jerry Orbach Pro Celebrity Billiards Classic here in New York, the benefit for the Make-A-Wish Foundation will kick off the 17th Annual U.S. Open Pocket Billiards Championship. I am pleased to have them here. I'm pleased to have this conversation about a game that I occasionally play, but a game that I love. And we want to somehow capture in this conversation with 4 people who know it so well some of the magic of the game for them and show you some of the tricks that they know. And tricks, I mean shotsmanship and the capacity to make it this table sing for them. I begin with Steve Mizarak. Tell me, Steve, about the game. What is it you like about this? Why has this been such a part of your life?
I was good at it.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
you were born with a cue stick, were you?
Right, exactly. I started playing when I was 4, and I was good when I was 6.
Yeah.
You know, when you see these violinists and the piano players playing the concertos, I did the same thing.
Your concerto was on the green felt.
Right, exactly.
You know. So you were a child prodigy.
Exactly. Like Tiger Woods, like Jack Nicklaus was. And incidentally, Jack Nicklaus is my hero, and I pride myself in my career as being like his.
Now, here's an interesting thing about billiards or pool. What's the difference in pool and billiards?
Billiards is played with no pockets.
Yeah.
It has 3 balls, a red one and 2 white ones. This is called pocket billiards.
Yeah.
Okay, the other one is called 3-cushion billiards.
Right.
Billiards is a generic name, like a car, a Ford, or a Chevy.
Right.
Okay, same thing.
And what's pool?
Same thing. It's a slang term for pocket billiards.
Okay, so it's just a slang term.
Right.
All right. You expect to win this tournament, this U.S. Open?
Does Jack Nicklaus expect to win the
Well,
Masters every
not
time
now,
he plays?
but he used to.
Well,
Yeah,
I
but
think this year he did too.
The reason I ask you is, are you still in your prime as a player? Because it doesn't make the same physical demand, say, that football or basketball or tennis or golf.
There's a lot of physical demands in pool. I mean, put a pedometer on your belt and see how far you walk, and see how many times you bend, see how many times you stretch.
Yeah.
And you need to be in shape. Obviously, I'm not in shape, but and when I was 21, I was a 150 lean, mean fighting machine.
That was only a few years ago.
That was a couple of years ago.
Well,
Thank
you know, it's like chess. I mean, chess players will tell you that endurance is a great part of winning.
Yes, it is. But in this game, if you go past 150 points in straight pool, if you go past 2 hours, you're struggling.
Now, Mike, you're a Hall of Famer or whatever the greatest, but then you retired.
Yeah.
Was it because this is not a game where you make a lot of money, or was it for some other reason?
Well, that was part of a factor, but plus, you know, I won a lot of tournaments, and I kind of, like Gene, got a little kind of burnout with it. And I was at that age, about 40 years old, so I decided at that point, I made a decision to kind of retire from the sport. Plus the traveling. See, I just have a family now. I have a baby boy, 10 months old. Been married about 2 years, a great wife, Renee.
Yeah.
So I used to travel about 8-9 months a year. That was on the road constantly. So I did that about 20, 30 years. And at the end, when I figured it all out, I figured I'd be better off kind of staying in one place, starting another business, and moving on from there.
The greatest movie about pool is Color of Money, The Hustler, something else.
Baltimore Bullet.
Baltimore Bullet.
Right.
Right.
Which
And
we
what's the
were
Baltimore Bullet?
actually in that movie and played
I don't
each
know
other.
that movie.
Yeah, that's an oldie
James
but
Colburn,
goodie.
Omar Sharif.
Yeah.
And it was
Bruce Boxleitner.
It was a takeoff on Johnson City, where all the hustlers came.
And that's the best movie ever made you've seen about pool.
I think The Color of Money.
Because you were in it.
No, Color of Money. I did all the shots in there.
Scorsese. Oh, you did the shots in
I did
Color
all
of
the
Money?
shots in The Color of Money. I taught Tom Cruise how to play. And Coach Paul. Now, Paul Newman actually is a pretty avid pool player.
Yeah.
And I worked mostly with Tom Cruise. In about 3 weeks, he actually did one of the toughest shots, like a semi kind of a masse type shot. Yeah. He actually shot it himself in the movie. Yeah.
He must be amazing because, I mean, people that I know in North Carolina say that he was a very good driver by the time he finished that movie.
Exactly right. And Paul Newman was actually coaching him because we went to a track one day at the end of filming, which was in Chicago. About the end of March, Paul Newman calls me up and he says, we're testing this track. He brought in 4 cars for him and Tom Cruise to drive around this track. I watched, even though Paul Newman says, come on, you want to go? No, that's all right, I'll watch him at those speeds. But he was in pool, he was a very, very quick study. Just like actors, he watched me play pool and he copied my style instantly. Now, he looked like he could play. Of course, he would miss shots in the beginning. Then I taught him actually how to strike the cue ball, how to stroke. And, it's like if you ever took a golf lesson, okay, what will happen is the guy will swing and the instructor will say, okay, do this, and you go, great, I finally got it down. Then when you go home, it's back to the old swing, right or wrong, right?
Exactly.
Well, in pool, Tom Cruise would, if I said, you're hitting the ball too hard, do it like this. And that was automatically in his mind, and he never forgot it. Then I'd say, when you stroke, do this, put this English on the ball, hit it like this. And within 3 weeks, the guy was clearing the table in 9-ball, which is, as anybody knows, very tough to do.
Speaking of that, Gene, tell us, there are 2 kinds of straight pool and 9-ball, 8-ball.
There's many different kinds of things. There's 8-ball, 9-ball, straight pool, bank pool. Yeah. But basically 9-ball right now is the big game out there on the pro circuit. And the tournament being held this week is going to be straight pool.
Straight pool?
Right.
Now, how do you explain straight pool?
Straight pool is probably one of the most skillful games in the sport. You have to call your ball and call your pocket. The men are going to be playing to 150 points and the women will be playing to 100 points. So the first one to pocket 100 points for the women will be the champion of that game.
Now, how do they do the tournament? I mean, this is is it elimination so that you play and then you eliminate your opponent and you go to the finals?
That's right. It's going to be a double elimination. So you have to actually lose 2 matches. And at the end of the tournament, the one player who does not have any losses will be the champion of the game. But you do get to lose twice.
Are more and more women playing?
More and more women are playing, and it's not only more women from the USA, it's from all over the world. It's become such an international sport now.
And they're too good.
You guys got to watch out.
In fact, you have done well against male opponents, haven't you?
I have beaten some top name players in my
Anybody
time.
in this room you've ever
Well, actually.
Oh, come on, not him.
She drilled the Miz.
That was a long time ago, though. I think I caught you on an off day.
Was this one of those male-female kind of big shootouts?
We played a match for at a convention, was it?
Oh, we did some exhibition
Right.
matches, yeah.
And we were just. She killed me. She beat me. I got even with her, though, in California.
Well, the thing, Charlie, about 9-ball is that anybody's capable of running 9 balls. Yeah. And the players today are so consistent in doing this that I don't think it's far off in the future that the women are going to start getting out there and playing against the men again.
Oh, you think so?
I think so.
So like open.
I think the Allison Fishers, the Karen Coors, the Jeanette Lees, I think they're right there.
Who's the best player alive today of the female gender?
Right now, the woman who's dominating is a player by the name of Allison Fisher.
You think so? Is she?
Yeah.
She's better than Allison Fisher?
Undoubtedly. I mean, give her a month to play. Practice a little bit.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Now, what about mixed doubles? Do we have anything called mixed doubles?
We had one of those.
I'll take her.
No, it's funny because they had mixed doubles on, what was it, live TV years ago, and Ava Matayo, or Lawrence now, we were teamed up. I remember the draw, because we were in it, and 2 other top players, and I remember as they were doing the draw, and this was Gene, when was that, 85, 4, somewhere around there? Gene was at, peak, winning every event she played in. And I remember thinking, ooh, I hope I draw her. And you 2 wound up teaming up right or wrong.
Yes,
but somehow we got lucky and won.
Fran, you teach. You're a master instructor.
I'm also a professional player. I'm a touring pro.
Yeah. What's the hardest thing for people who come to this game having not played it before? to learn? What's the hardest thing to get people to do?
Practice.
Practice. Yeah. Hard
Practice.
to hit the ball straight.
Well, you know what it is? They usually have a problem. When they come to me, they say, well, I can't do this well, I can't do that well. Long shots are a problem for me. And I'll ask them, well, how many times did you shoot the shot in when you found out that you have trouble with it? And they'll say, well, whenever it comes up.
Show me, Steve, if you would, for example, all of us will get up and play a little bit, but can you run the table in terms of...
You can put that kind of pressure on me?
If I rack this up, right, will you just show us some stuff beginning, and then you and Mike and the rest of us? All right?
Sure.
All right, let's do that. And we'll talk as we do this.
Now, Miz, I want you to run 300 balls.
Fran will rack.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is nice. Now, just start from... Tell me what you know. In other words...
The game that we're playing
right.
is called straight pool.
Right.
And what you have to do when you break, you have to hit the edge of the 12 or the edge of the corner ball.
Yeah.
Go 3 cushions up here and leave the white ball right here, and hopefully not leave the man a shot. The 12 goes back into the rack, the 4 goes back into the rack, and you're here and you've got nothing.
All right.
That's where the age comes in. See, when you're young, you make those.
Now, this is the kind of break shot you're going to be seeing in
Look
the
at this.
US.
Scratch. So
You're not supposed to scratch. So,
all right.
So that's the way it goes. But
now,
if you find a dead one.
Yeah, so let me set that. You mean like this?
Yeah. Go ahead.
If you find a dead one.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is a combination.
Right.
After the guy breaks, you can call the 4 ball in the upper left-hand corner and hit it 100 miles an hour and splatter these balls all over.
Show me that.
Now, hopefully, the guy doesn't run 150 and out, because that does happen.
That was easy for you.
That was easy because Mike,
Mike set it up for you. Yeah.
But when you find a dead one,
what's the other Mike? You're right-handed.
I'm left-handed.
You're left-handed. You're left-handed too.
Yeah.
Correct.
2 lefties.
What's a distinguishing characteristic of a great player? What do they have?
A great player.
Yeah.
Never
a
miss.
sure shot. I know the results, but what is it? Is it the
when you get this cue ball,
right?
Okay, and I've watched you in the opening. Okay, your stroke went like this.
Oh my God!
You didn't know what you were.
I didn't. Of course
okay.
not.
When you get this cue ball, and watch my cue tip, watch the white fur. It goes straight through. Okay. Yeah. You have to make sure the cue goes straight through, follow through.
Right.
That I believe is a great asset. Mike can
is
do
that
the
hard
same
to
thing.
learn?
Yeah.
Huh? Mike, show me.
Well, yeah, I'm similar. I mean, you know what? I relate this to like golf. Okay, they all have a different takeaway, but when they hit the ball, they all basically hit it the same way.
Right.
And in pool, now people said to me for years when I stand over a ball, they said my arm is too far away from my body. But I was about 16 years old. I'm not missing a shot. I said that doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
He doesn't have that much of a body to get in the way, so it doesn't really matter.
But normally,
it's a different story for you.
To me, I won a lot of tournaments, okay, and what I found that I had formed that I was very confident in under pressure. And I think that is a big asset because I know that when I'm getting down over a shot and my heart starts fluttering and I'm playing, say, Steve or somebody in a final match or a big match, I know I'm a little weak, and I don't feel 100% like I'm just practicing for fun. I'm under a lot of pressure, and I continuously keep coming with the shots. Right. Not necessarily an easy shot. A lot of times, let's say I break them in straight pool or any game, and let's say I've got a shot, what we call a tester. Right. A shot that normally I should make, but I don't have to make, as opposed to, let's say, a ball hanging by the pocket.
These seem like easy shots to make to me.
Well, those are easy. Those are easy, but this is not necessarily, especially, let's say you're here. This is not an easy shot.
That's also like a sign of a good
because,
player.
well, you know what it is?
Shot, setting up
Here's what it is.
shots.
The consequence of me playing, let's say, Steve or any one of the top players. Say we're playing in a tournament. Say I'm leading in a 150-point game. Right. I'm leading 135 to 25. It's my shot. Let's say this is my opportunity.
135 to 25?
25.
And it's 150?
150 points, right? Yeah. Okay, now watch. I know if I miss this shot, I do not have to shoot again. See, pool's the only game. Now, I'll give you a perfect example. I had Jim Rempe. This is going to be unbelievable. I had Jim Rempe, one of the players that'll be here, in my hometown of upstate New York, in the finals of a, not a world tournament, but a local tournament with all, he was there, all the top players. The score was a 200-point finals. They made this one, 200 points. I had him 195 to 15. Would you believe I lost that match?
Unbelievable to
He
me.
ran 75 and 110 and out. That's how I lost that match. In 2 innings without me shooting. So that's why in golf, the guy comes strolling down the last hole. He's got a 4-stroke lead. All he's got to do is hit a 5-iron, da-da-da-da-da, and hopefully in pool...
Just get it on the green, he's home free.
He's home free. In pool, there is no such thing as home free because the penalty is so severe. And what's your high run?
421.
420, mine's 339. Every
What does
player
high run mean?
Means how many shots in a row without missing.
Oh.
So he has run 400 balls. And I have run 350, and all the players have runs of over 200, 300, and 400 balls. So obviously that tells me that if I'm playing him, and he may look like he has no chance, he's sitting in the chair, and all of a sudden I miss, I don't have to shoot again. That's why there's a lot of pressure in this game. So the idea is, regardless what the score is, the guy that can come with the shots at the key time in the match. That's the guy that normally wins. And I did that over and over again. I think that was the key to my success.
I want to see some shot making here. So
let's get a little close. I don't want to start from the end rail.
Oh, come on. All right.
Now, here's the thing. I've seen...
just show me.
Okay, well, we
show
can,
me some
we can
stuff.
shoot a few balls here.
Yeah, let's just watch it. And Steve, and
now, I like that sound. You notice how the ball
Charlie,
goes?
I want to make a comment about, you asked a question before about how, what does a pro look like? What is it distinguishing about a pro?
All right, I'm going to get out of the way if Fran talks to me.
Watch how he stays down on his shots. That
stays
is
down.
so
like
important.
Okay.
He does not get up until the shot is completely finished, and then he picks. You get up a little.
I only do that when I'm under water.
You bend your
like
knees.
This. It's like the yips.
He keeps his head down all the way through until his stroke is completed. Most amateurs don't do that. They get up so fast. See how he stays down?
Well, you know what it
He
is?
stays into the shot.
You can
Is that
tell
it?
an amateur right away by they jumping up on
Either
the
that
shot.
or they're moving their
arm back and forth around.
Okay.
Well, watch how he stays
How
down.
we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
We're getting a little more difficult, isn't it?
No.
Mine. No.
This is us playing now.
This is easy, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, the game is very, very challenging. The whole idea, again, in the straight pool, once you learn this game, see, a lot of the younger players that are coming up today, they mostly play 9-ball.
Right.
They break hard and they shoot very straight. But don't let this guy kid yourself. No matter how old he is, in straight pool, it's a different animal altogether. When you're young and you come with a lot of shots, it's different. As you get older, knowledge will win this tournament, not shot-making ability, which comes from 9-ball. Right or wrong?
Yes. No.
The
So
knowledge
let me
in
make
this
sure I
game-
understand that. In 9-ball, you need shot making.
Right.
In straight pool, you need knowledge.
Right, exactly. Now, shot making helps, but when you watch a good straight pool run the table, this is exactly what's going to happen. If you go to watch the tournament, the guy runs, let's say, 100 balls. You ready for this? When you're watching a top straight pool player, you're going to say, that's so easy, I could do it myself. If you watch a guy that runs 100 balls that's a 9-ball type player, he's all over the table, firing in long shots, this and that, it all looks difficult. When you watch a good player goes like this. I mean, the funny story is, see, here, all the shots are kind of like this.
Now, the two things you're doing, obviously, this is all fundamental. You're repositioning by every shot.
Exactly
your cue ball.
right. Of course, I tried to on that one, but I have what they call a safety bell, so I can play this ball.
Which pocket are we putting this
right
in, please?
in the corner.
This one?
No, the
this one over here. Was that good, or is that just what you...
Let me show you another thing.
Yeah.
If you look at these pockets, okay? Yeah. Pocket size determines a lot, okay? This is 4 3/4 inch pockets, okay? Sometimes they have 5-inch pockets. Sometimes they have 4 1/2, where balls can't fit in the pocket. The smaller the pocket, the tougher it is to make a ball. So therefore, the better player should win. The bigger the pocket, anybody can make a few balls.
Right, sure.
Even you.
And then it's like a tough
be so sure there.
But there's a law of diminishing returns, don't you think, Steve? When the
Now, you
pockets get
ruined
too
my
small.
run here, Steve. I was on a big
get
run.
too
Well,
small, then
we'll get back to that. But go ahead, pick up where you are, because I'm going to have them.
That's how you
I'm
learn
going to
to
have
play
Laura.
safe.
The game, well, you know what? You know what's great about this? I always relate it to golf because
Now,
they're
but
both challenging.
before you tell me that, are you doing these in any order? That was a 7.
In straight pool, you don't
Hey,
have to
straight
go in
pool, you
order.
don't have to.
Oh, you don't. It's just you got to
to call your ball and call your
Right,
pocket.
okay. Well, what I would do, in other words, this is what's going through my mind. I figure I play the red ball on this side, the white ball comes over here, play this one on the same side, then this ball, then that ball.
Do that as fast as you can.
Okay.
They call it.
Well, I got to wait for the ball to
They
start.
call it 14-1.
Let's stop.
Charlie, they call it 14-1. You run 14, leave 1, rack up the other 14.
Well, this table plays
So-
nice. I'll tell you.
You like this table?
Yeah.
But they're going to leave
Then
this
you can
here in my
also do
studio.
this now. You can bank the ball 4 cushions around the table, but I wouldn't advise doing that. Now, you could do this.
Hey, that's it.
Now, watch this, okay?
Maybe.
Sure, I made it. Did I make it?
Yes, he did.
Sliding off.
I made it. I don't know if I do
Good
that
try.
in competition, but...
Fran, let's show us a little bit 9-ball, how that's played, and then we'll talk more. And
Well, 9-ball is different in that you have to go in order. That's the first
Right.
thing. It's
But
so
we-
you have less choices,
Right.
but you don't have to worry about which one to
Okay.
choose.
But you're going to break, and then Gene will come in.
All right.
All right, I'll take the brush.
Okay.
I still want to try and get
Let's
Gene
just
to
sit
play in
down
the
and
tournament.
let them show us 9-ball. But both will be straight pool at this tournament.
Right.
Yes. Right? Okay.
Actually, 9-ball's not my game anymore. My trick shots.
Okay, we'll get
What
to
I'm known for.
All right, we'll get to trick shots.
Where's the rack is on the floor underneath the table.
Show me the. You now make cues?
I make custom
You make
pool
custom cues?
Yeah. Like
As a
this
business?
one right here as a business. I also have a store in Orlando, Florida.
So home is Orlando or not? Okay.